County, New York. I'm going to introduce our speakers for today, and then I'll just ask that we hold all questions to the end. After our speakers are done, we'll go from left to right, and we can do questions that way. So our first speaker is going to be Chris Franek. Chris spells his last name F-R-A-N-E-K. He is an Assistant Division Forest Fire Warden with the New Jersey Forest Fire Service and the incident commander for this incident. Next, we will hear from Rebecca Fitzgerald. Rebecca spells her last name F-I-T-Z-G-E-R-A-L-D, and she is the New Jersey State Park Service Administrator. After that, we will hear from John Bartlett. John spells his last name B-A-R-T-L-E-T-T. He is the Director of the Passaic County Board of Commissioners. From there, we'll hear from George Rosenthal. George spells his last name R-O-S-E-N-T-H-A-L. He is the Undersheriff for Passaic County Sheriff's Office, and he's also the Passaic County OEM Coordinator. From there, we will hear from Shannon Somerville. Shannon spells his last name S-O-M-M-E-R-V-I-L-L-E. He is the Chief of the West Milford Police. And finally, we'll hear from Scott Connolly. Scott spells his last name C-O-N-L-E-Y, and he is the Ringwood Fire Official. Without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Chris Franek for our operational update. And again, if we could just hold questions to the end.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Christopher Franek, New Jersey Forest Fire Service, Assistant Division Fire Warden. So this operational update, kind of recap what's been going on. Back on the evening of November 8th, the Milton Fire Tower detected a smoke in the area of the Jennings Creek, part of the Long Pond Ironworks State Park, bordering New York, New Jersey, and Passaic County and Orange County, New York. Units did engage that evening. This was found to be up in New York State, and we notified New York, our counterparts, which then they came out to engage as well. The following day, during aerial reconnaissance, we noticed that it did burn into New Jersey, and we started to engage the fire along with our New York counterparts. So the firefighting has been extremely difficult. Again, it's steep. We're in very steep, rugged terrain. Fire crews are going in there and attacking it by ground transport. So pretty much they're hiking their way in, and there's really no easy access. They're carrying all their equipment, tools, no real bulldozers. Right now, what else we were doing out there is, due to the red flag conditions, we were not doing any burning out operations today. The smoke that you're seeing is burning from the interior of the fire as the activity is picking up because of the red flag conditions and the extreme dry fuels that are out there. We have the fire in New Jersey confirmed to be about approximately 2,283 acres. Again, this is on the New Jersey side, and it's a 10% containment on our side. And discussing with the New York partners, we're going with 20% containment as a whole. We're currently working with them to confirm the exact size because we need better ground truthing out there. We're getting boots on the ground, actually mapping it by hiking around it. Sorry. We'd also like to thank the communities. The outpouring for the community has been impressive. They've been supporting our fire crews. However, we'd like to say any donations that people keep making of food and non-perishables, we would like to direct towards Red Cross, local food pantries, local volunteer fire departments. We are being inundated with those type of donations. Trust me when I say this, the fire crews are well stocked and provided for at this time. So please help other individuals who don't have that type of support at all in times outside of crisis. With that being said, I'm going to step back and turn it over.
Hi everyone, thank you. I did want to start by how grateful we are to our sibling agency, the New Jersey Forest Fire Service, and all the first responders for the work that they're doing on this fire, and some of our State Park Service staff and our State Park Police as well. And we just wanted a reminder to everyone that currently Long Pond Ironworks State Park, including Monksville Reservoir and Green Turtle Pond, are closed to all use. And we have also closed the trails in the Ringwood Manor section of the park as they do connect over to Long Pond Ironworks. So just a reminder to our visitors, for now, stay away. We promise you that everything will be back and open once our first responders have had time to address everything. So thank you.
Afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much for coming up and giving attention to this fire. Nothing but positive things to say about the response of our local law enforcement and first responders and the way in which the community has come out and been supportive. Passaic County, our Sheriff's Office and Office of Emergency Management are operating in a supportive and coordinating role with local law enforcement, with the firefighters. Our OEM coordinator is working closely to coordinate EMS responses. We're also providing support in the area of traffic control, the road closures, the other issues that come along with fighting a fire like this one. I want to encourage folks not to come up and try and get near this area. We've had reports of issues of folks, for example, pulling off on Route 23, getting out of the car, taking pictures, crossing the road. If you cause an accident or if you're hit by a car doing that or something else, that's pulling resources away from the very important work that's being done to fight the fire and support the people that are fighting the fire. So this is not the time for fire sightseeing. This is the time to step back, let our folks and all the folks that are working on this do their job and not create a situation that's going to pull EMS and Sheriff's Office and other responders away from the work that's being done here. So I want to thank everybody that's done such extraordinary work. I really want to applaud our local residents that have come out in support of the first responders here, as well as the exceptional work of our Passaic County Sheriff's Office and OEM coordinator Droz Rosenthal. Under Sheriff Droz Rosenthal, I believe, is the next speaker.
Hi, thank you, everyone. So I really have to commend Chris and his staff. They've been working tirelessly since this fire began. Actually transitioned from Ponton Lakes, what happened earlier in the weekend, and came directly here. As of right now, our fire coordinator, our county fire coordinator, has updated. We've had over 48 fire apparatuses from 5 different counties come up to help support what's going on here. As the commissioner said, we're also helping support the West Memphis Police Department with some of the concerns and issues that are going on. And Chief Silver will come up and address those things now. But do want to thank all the community for helping out. It's been the support probably is what's driving the firemen here. Chris and his staff. I don't know how much they've slept, but what's going on in the woods is heroic. So thank you all.
Good afternoon, Chief Shannon Somerville, West Milford Police Department. Give you a brief update on the communities that are affected. Currently, we have East Shore Drive closed from Route 511 all the way to the New York State border. The affected areas of East Shore Road, Forest Lake Drive, Park Lake Terrace, Storms Island, and Phillips Road. The communities are not in danger currently. State Forest Services have done a tremendous job keeping them safe. The roads at Wasting Road and East Shore is open for only local residents at this time. Anybody else that's trying to get to New York would need to go around through Lakeside Road. Okay, and that's it. Thank you.
How are you? Scott Conley from the Borough of Ringwood. Right now, Ringwood has no road closures, and we're just experiencing some residual smoke due to the wind conditions today. Our team has been active since Saturday evening, and our first responders working very hard for the protection of our residents. Right now, we are in a standby role to support the Forest Fire Service should they need any of our resources. The Forest Fire Service, we've witnessed some incredible work over the past few days, and they should be commended for the job that they're doing. I'd like to also recognize our volunteers, our fire and EMS, who have been out there working hard, again, to protect our residents. Thank you.
All right, we could take some questions now. If we could again start from left to right, that'd be awesome.
Could you talk about this, the wind and what impact it's having today? Because we have the red flag warnings, and it doesn't seem like we know exactly how much acreage has been burned between the two states. We're getting conflicting reports, so we're just trying to see if there's one specific number.
Okay, so for the wind factor, again, the red flag warning has been in play. Again, the wind's been increasing anywhere from 35 to 40 mile per hour gusts, as your meteorologists have been showing on your networks. So that is hampering our efforts to do significant suppression. So that's why we're not going super interior to attack the fire. However, we are in a place where we are actively engaging the fire, And right now, all our tactics seem to be holding the line here in New Jersey. And I'm hearing good reports from the field on what's going on, even with the current wind conditions. As for the mapping, again, we're using various methods to more accurately map the fire. So it's a lot of coordination between the two states. So we're doing everything from satellite imagery, aerial reconnaissance, and now to someone actually on the ground hiking the steep and rugged terrain to get better accuracy. So that's why we're trying to get a better bead on the size of it, because the fire is growing, and in certain parts because of where the wind is and where there's no control lines in place yet. So again, we're working with our partners in New York State to handle that.
And we're confident on our New Jersey numbers.
Yes,
too.
yeah, we're confident on those numbers.
What are the New Jersey numbers again?
It's 2,000.
2,283 acres.
Yeah.
In New Jersey. And how many structures are threatened on the New Jersey side?
So currently we still have 10 structures threatened, 2 residential dwellings, and then 8 structures at Long Pond Ironworks.
And can I just ask, are you guys tired now? It's been several days of just nonstop firefights. How are the personnel who are going into the woods, difficult terrain? They are exhausted. But they're still digging deep and working very hard and doing what their job is to do, is fight that fire. And again, it's a fire family that we support each other to get through times like this that are difficult, to keep ourselves going. And they are tired. They are getting a little more rest, thanks because the cooler temperatures are kind of setting in. But we're still staying vigilant and still getting after it out there.
Have you yet determined where this process is going to cause?
We're still doing everything's still currently under investigation, trying to find that.
And how do the cooler temperatures help? I mean, with the wind, but how do the cooler temperatures?
So as this cold front passes through tonight, what happens is as the temperatures drop, the humidity will come up a little bit more, thus allowing the fuels to absorb a little bit of the ambient moisture in the air, and thus allowing them to moisten a little bit and slow down fire progression.
But we need significant rain.
Absolutely, we need significant rain. We're definitely, I think it was 6 or 8 inches of rain deficit right now.
But you're saying, was there progress made at all, or?
Progress is being made on suppressing this fire. Very good progress. Again, the firefighters are out there. They're out there digging a line, choking on smoke and dust, and putting in hose lays today. And I know our New York partners are doing the same. They also are using aviation as well. We do have multiple aviation assets on this fire between the states.
Do you continue pouring water on the fire through the night?
With crews on the ground or air crews? Which one?
Either or.
Right now, air crews, because of safety, they don't fly at night. But the crews on the ground, they'll patrol the fire in the evening, taking care of any hot spots. And again, it is a cold night pushing in, so those crews do have a little harder work ahead of them, because they'll be dealing with not only suppressing the wildfire, but the elements of the cold and stuff they'll be out in.
Given tomorrow's weather, can you anticipate the direction that the fire is going to move in?
The last forecast I got was for northerly winds, so it's going to continue to push. Smoke and fire will be pushing towards the New York-New Jersey border out their end. But like I said, we are making significant progress in securing our lines between both states.
You said there was no burning out today. You said there was no burning out operations today. Is that like no evaporator?
Yeah, correct. So again, once we get a containment line established that is away from the main fire, what we normally do is do a burnout operation, which again takes the leaf litter and duff layer and everything we burn from the containment line towards the main fire.
And how many? Just give us a map of like where the flames are right now. We see the smoke over the Munster Reservoir. Like, what does this area encompass right now in New Jersey?
So currently, the fire perimeter is encompassing along East Shore Road down to Awasting. I'm sorry, I've been butchering that name for like 3 days now. Awasting Road, and down up to Beach Road into Beach Mountain, and they're working off trail systems and fire roads going up into New York State.
Are there trails up there that give you access to those areas? I mean, there are trails all over.
They're very limited trails, very steep, rugged countries, and there's some fire roads from like 40 years ago that we've managed to get in and access to, but again, they haven't been maintained in 40 years because it is like a wilderness area, so it's very difficult to get in there.
Is the main fire the spot you were talking about where, as you just said, the firefighters can't get in because there are no roads, kind of like a wilderness?
Yeah, it's kind of working its way in there.
Is that where the main fire is?
Yes, currently, yes.
You said that good progress is being made, but also that the fire is growing. So can I ask simplistically, compared to yesterday, is it better or worse?
Right now, on the New Jersey side, I say it's better.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to speak for our counterparts because they're doing a different operation, and they're doing well at it, but you can get more information from them.
Thank you. How close is those 10 structures, how close is the fire to houses?
So those 10 structures that threatened were in the area where it's along East Shore Road. That's the threat area there. Fire activity is very minimal at this time. So again, we'll probably be reevaluating the threat level to them probably throughout the day and into tomorrow.
But roughly, we're talking like quarter mile, or
the fire was around there. Again, it's all burned out around the structures at this time. So yeah, we're just watching hot spots to make sure everything is safe and secure.
And I know you're very busy on this fire, but just if I could look forward just a little bit, given that the two states are dealing with such a record rainfall deficit, will you have to do more hazard reduction burns or clearing of fuel or reopening old fire breaks as this fire season continues?
Right now we're just focused on our fire suppression activity, the prevention and mitigation work. We're probably going to be looking at a later date when we actually have time to consider it.
Yeah.
Right now we're just out there actively fighting fire.
But it's not a stretch to say, given just how dry it is, that this may not be a once-off.
Again, just going off the weather trends that we've been having lately, we are as a wildland fire culture working towards better mitigation measures. And this is not just here, but nationwide. Yeah, fire-wise, communities, resiliency like that.
Any injuries?
So we did have, again, up to this date, we had 2 injuries. One was a smoke injury the other day. A volunteer firefighter was transported to local hospital. I believe they were fine. And today we had a minor injury on the fire line. He was treated by local EMS and then released right on scene, and he's back to work right now.
And no evacuations?
No evacuations at this time.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.